Hey everybody, I'm K.R. Bankston, an African American dark romance and African American mafia romance author, most famous known for the Gianni Legacy series and Thin Ice. Normally when I'm on here, you guys know I'm just coming to have a little fun, say hello, how you doing, tell you about a new release, maybe an appearance I'm getting ready to make or something of that nature. Well, tonight, I have a different type of story that I want to share with you, one that involves me. It is an experience that I just had, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I call it a cautionary tale because I want to caution other authors and writers simply to just, take heed and be careful and, protect yourself out here in these literary streets. So, let's get started. My story, again, is mine. So I'm not here to argue with you. I am not here to really care if you believe what I'm saying or not. Although I have receipts, I do have the receipts. I'm simply here to tell my story and share it with you because that's just what I do. And I think I've been quiet long enough about it. So I want to put it out here on Front Street. So my story involves Penguin Random House Publishing, Canada, Kensington Publishing Corporation, and Urban Books, aka Urban Renaissance Media. And the person that ties them all together is one Mr. Carl Weber. You all know who Carl Weber is. He is a famous author, best-selling author. He has several TV shows on BET, The Family Business, Black Hamptons, did a movie Man in 3B. The list goes on. He's been doing, a lot for helping other people get into the business, this, that, and the other. All well and good. My story, however, deals with his publishing imprint, which is Urban Books, also known as Urban Renaissance Media. My story starts on June 20th, 2022. You'll see me look off here and there. It's because I have my date notes over to the side, guys. So that's what I'm looking at. But it starts on June 20th of 2022 when I submitted my manuscript entitled The Genesis Project for consideration to be added to his roster as an author. I submitted it via their agent, and I am not going to give you that agent's name. And I'm going to go out on faith and say that I don't believe the agent is complicit in knowing what goes on behind the scenes. But I will add the caveat of, if they are, then I will allow the universe and karma to pay what is due with interest. So, back to my story. On June 20th, I submitted the book. Agent got it, liked it, said, hey, I'm going to submit it to them. I think they'll love it. Cool, no problem. If you've submitted a book before trying to go the traditional route, it takes anywhere from 30 days, maybe 6 months before you hear anything. Some people will say, oh, we get back to you in 6 weeks. Well, okay. Most places I know that I've submitted over time, it is 3 months to 6 months. And I don't know what that is, y'all. And that's the standard time. So, okay, cool. Book is submitted. Reminds you, we're in June. We're in June of 2022. Book is submitted. I think nothing else of it. I am moving on. I am releasing new projects, planning reader retreats, hanging out with my patrons, just being KR, writing new material, all that kind of stuff. We've gone to NBCC, introduced the world to, me and EL's writing, living life. So on 10/30 of 2023, this is a year and 4 months later, I get a message from the agent saying, hey, how you doing? Great news. Talk to Urban Books. They want to publish the Genesis Project. They're getting the contract together. I'll have it over to you either later today or tonight. This was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They hit me up. So I'm excited. I'm saying, oh my God, that's great. I'm finally getting somebody to say yes after all the no's. I'm excited, thinking, hey, I'm gonna get on the roster, get this book out here, get this, publicity, get the distribution so that people know who I am. My books are everywhere. Building that KR legacy, building those readers, building that pool, which is always my goal, to get more and more readers, to get people to understand who I am and my brand of writing. So I'm excited. So about 9:30 that night, the agent hits me back again and says, hey, check your email. I've sent the contract. So cool. I'm excited. I go over and I open said contract. So I'm reading, and by the first paragraph, I already know I'm not going to sign this contract. The contract is for $2,000. And I know you're probably saying, oh, well, that's in advance, so that's not bad. No, the contract was for $2,000 as a complete buyout. It stipulates further that the author will receive no royalties for any sales after the initial $2,000 is paid. So y'all know already I'm going to be like, hell no. Because one thing Kim can do, KR can do, is fucking right. And Genesis is a great book. That's why you wanted to publish it. So I was like, no, this is a no. Hell no. But I decided to go ahead and keep reading the contract. Y'all, I'm reading the contract, and there are stipulations in there about author appearances to promote and push the book. The hell? Isn't this a buyout? Why would I? Okay. So yeah, then there was clauses in there about, of course, using my likeness and pictures and my pen names and pseudonyms and all this stuff. And I'm still sitting here saying, but this is a buyout, people. You just want to buy the book. Then we get to the author copies. Oh, I get a big 30 copies for free. My agent would get 24. And then any I want after that, I could get for 50% off. Cover price. I'm still sitting here going, is it me? Am I in the Twilight Zone? Because this is not, why would I do all this for a buyout? This is something I would do for a company that I'm representing. This is something I would do for a company that has me under contract. So I keep reading. There's another clause in there. It talks about, I have, with the written request of my attorney, I can see the books and see what's sold and all this kind of stuff. So I'm sitting here like, okay, yeah, okay, whatever. Get to the end of the contract, and I'm still sitting there saying, hell no. So November 1st, I hit the agent back and I say, hey, well, actually the agent hit me back. They hit me back first, and they say, I forgot you sent me the other book along with Genesis. I'm going to submit that one with the next batch. And I come back and say, hey, yeah, I did. But after reading this contract, I'm going to want you to not do that. Don't submit the other book that I sent you. And as far as Genesis goes, this was a misunderstanding on my part. I believed that this was a contract for me to become an author on the roster for Urban Books, but it is not. It is a complete buyout. So that's on me. However, while I have no objection to the buyout, I do have an objection to the price. It is way too low. So respectfully, I am going to have to say no to this offer. So I want to say that again, so I want y'all to hear me. Respectfully, I have to say no to this offer. The agent says, okay, I'm sorry to hear that, but, I appreciate you. I'll let them know. Have a good evening. I tell them no problems, no worries, miscommunication between the two of us, misunderstanding on my part of what was being offered, no problem. Thank you for all you've done. I appreciate, how you looked out for me. Cool. Moved on. So I believe that everything happens for a reason and a purpose. I was sitting at my computer, and one of my friends came up, my author friends that signed to Urban Books. And I said, oh, wow, I bet they have something new coming out this year. And I decided to go on the site and look because I wanted to pre-order. I always want to support my people. Always. So I go and look. I pull up Urban Books. Guess what I see on Urban Books? Yeah, The Genesis Project, July 24th, 2024. K.R. Bankston. Title image coming soon. Oh, must be another K.R. Bankston, another Genesis Project, because I just know for sure that you are not talking about this K.R. Bankston. Then I look down in the corner. I see a book called When the Pretenses Fall. That's familiar. I know that book because I know that author. Her name is Elizabeth LaShawn. She's my best friend and my business partner. We write under Hard Confection Publications together. I hit up EL and say, hey girl, what's up? Did you know your book was on Urban Books out here saying it's going to be released in July of 2024? Her exact words were, what the yeah, you already know what's going to come next. I say, yeah, girl, it's out here. But I'm going to let EL tell you her story when EL feels like telling you her story. Suffice it to say, it is very similar to mine. So, after I found that, I pulled the ISBN number that was listed and I ran it through a Google search. Oh, and it popped up everywhere. Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Target, Books A Million, some places I've never heard of. It's in German, it's in French, it's on Amazon Canada. So I take a breath because I don't want to go off. I say, okay, I'm still going to give that benefit of the doubt. And I go back to the agent and I say, hey, I was out today on Google and I found this and I found it very interesting. Do you know anything about it? And the agent was like, no, I don't know anything about it, but let me give them a call and ask them to take this down. Okay, cool. So I'm sitting there, I'm still Googling, I'm still finding things. I'm at this point getting a little irritated. So I come back and say, hey, is there a number for somebody I can contact at Urban Books? Because the fact that there is already an ISBN number assigned to this book makes me very leery of it being out on this site. So here, ladies and gentlemen, is where the gaslighting came in. And again, I know y'all are saying, well, KR, if you know who the person is and you know they're gaslighting you, why won't you just out them? Because again, I am going to give them grace. And like I said, if it is unwarranted grace, the universe and karma will take care of it. I have no doubt. So they came back and said, what you are seeing on Amazon is a placeholder. It doesn't mean anything. It's just out there. It has happened before. I don't think I would have admitted that, but it has happened before. It'll be taken down. There's no worries as far as the ISBN. You should have no drama when you get ready to publish the book. Okay. At this point, I'm taking another breath. Because again, I'm trying not to lose my temper. I'm trying not to go there. Listen, the Aries in me will flip that switch and I will go from 0 to 60 real quick. So I'm taking a breath and I come back and I say, okay, I'm not sure about this explanation you've given me, given what I know about ISBN numbers in that they cannot be canceled or transferred. But I'm going to take your explanation for now. They came back with more gaslighting. I'm telling you, it's just a placeholder. There's nothing to it. Again, it's happened before. They're going to take it down. Okay. I go back to the site. I go to Amazon first, Amazon Canada. It's not on Amazon USA, so that further fuels my suspicion that you're trying to pull a fast one. I go to Amazon Canada. I pull the book up. I ordered the book. I paid for the book. Does that sound like a placeholder or a live link? I go to Target. I pull up the book, The Genesis Project. I send it all the way through checkout. I put in my information. Bam, receipt. You'll receive your book sometime between July 24th and July 29th. Thank you for your purchase. Does that sound like a placeholder to you? I went to another site, books, I think it's called Indie or Go or something like that, was able to buy it there as well. At this point, I'm fully irritated. So I talked to my attorney. The first thing they want to do is send the cease and desist. We did that. Sent the first cease and desist letter. I will say that a bunch of the sites did pull the book down, or it immediately said out of stock. Not sure when it's going to come back. So that part was done. But the secondary part I asked for, which was relinquishing of their rights to the ISBN, I needed that in writing, and an audit of all the books that were sold from the time that I submitted that file in June of 2022 until the present time. First, cease and desist, not a peep, not a word, not a whisper, nothing. Oh, okay. So I'm still checking. I still check the sites periodically to see if it's up, to see what's going on, that kind of thing. I also do a little research, which I should have done in the first place, so shame on me. And see that lawsuits are not something that Carl Weber is a stranger to. He has been involved in quite a few. There are some as recent as 2023. So there's that. That's not making me feel good. And I'm sitting here like, man, okay. Second cease and desist letter goes out on February 9th. Same thing. I'm asking for the same thing. Pull it all off the site. Send me a written confirmation that you're done with that you were not claiming any rights to the ISBN, and an audit. Again, radio silence. Basically a big fuck you. We don't have to do anything. Who gonna check me, boo? You're just an indie. Nobody knows who you are. I can do what I want. Pretty much what I got from that. In the meantime, I am sitting here grappling with the fact that you have stolen something from me I can't get back. I am not the first person that's going to dress my baby up and put her out here in front of the world, because you've taken it upon yourself to do that. You decided to go out and get an ISBN number and put my book for sale when I explicitly told you, no, I am not interested in your deal. I was not interested in your buyout. This is my book. I don't want you to do anything with it at this point. Thank you, but no thank you. But you again said, who gonna check me, boo? I do what I want. So the final cease and desist letter was sent on March 7th. Suffice it to say, I still to this date have not heard a peep. And the reason I say all three are complicit is because even as if Penguin Random House is only the distributor, it takes 5 seconds to send me an email back and say, hey, as the distributor, we don't have anything to do with this. We're not going to distribute anything, or, all we do is what Kensington sends us. We can send this over to them, or we can give you their contact. Kensington hasn't said a word. And Urban Books, Urban Renaissance Media, is an imprint of Kensington. So them is they peoples. And Urban Books definitely ain't saying nothing. So again, a big fuck you. You're an indie, what you gonna do? So I decided that I was tired of being quiet and being diplomatic. And anybody that knows me knows since I've been in this industry, and I've been here since about 2008, I don't do drama. I don't do these type of videos. I don't come out here and stir up stuff. But what I also don't do is take bullshit laying down. So there's that. There's the legal aspect that needs to be handled. But I also think that everybody needs to know what's going on behind the scenes with some of your faves out here, because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And the sad thing is, there were rumors years ago about this man not paying his authors and things like that. And you say to yourself, okay, everybody does better as time goes by. This was years ago. This man has come a long way. He's on BET. He's a better business person. He's handling his business. Suffice it to say, I have lost all respect for this man, every inch of it. Reading over that website is unprofessional. The way he handles things is unprofessional. There is no contact email. There is nothing. And then for you to not even say, well, you know what? This was all a huge misunderstanding. It doesn't work like that. Apologize. No, no worries. Here's the quick letter saying that we're not trying to hold on to the book. Here's an audit of it. How would I know the difference? Even sending me an audit, I don't know what you sold. You could have sent me something and said you only sold the 2 books that I bought. It's the principle of it that you didn't feel like I was worthy enough for you to even bother to say, I'm going to send you anything. So that's where I am with that. Things are still going on behind the scenes, so I'm still working on that, yes, to answer your questions. But I just want to say it's a cautionary tale. Me, I should have done my homework more, and I fault myself for that. But I'm not going to let it make me bitter or distrustful of all publishing companies because they were not the first person that I submitted Genesis to. They were the only people that took it and tried to publish it without my permission and on the low and sliding in behind home plate, but they weren't the only person I sent it. Everybody does not lack integrity. So, no, it doesn't stop me from wanting to publish it. And I will reach out to other publishers, and I am open to publishing under other publishing houses should the universe deem that that is, a desire to be granted. Um, I just say that, do your homework. This is just, to me, like I said, a cautionary tale for all my authors out there, everybody who wants to be signed, everybody who's trying to get that distribution, trying to get your name out there so that people can really, fall in love with your works. Just be careful. Be careful going forward. Do your homework, do your research. Um, Absolutely make sure anything you send to anybody is copywritten. Make sure you have receipts because, like I said, while I'm sitting here doing this video, oh yeah, I have receipts. If you need receipts, I can post those too. I mean, I'm not going to come on here and just slander somebody. I'm not going to do that because, like I said, I don't do this. I don't sit down and have these kind of conversations because I feel like it's drama, and all we're really all out here trying to do is make it. But when you come and you're trying to snatch something that I put my heart into and my blood, sweat, and tears into, I wrote Genesis back in 2012. That's how long I've held that book in my folder. And I have a bunch of books that I haven't published yet. But I decided to take a chance with that one and see if we could go somewhere with that. So, I am going to publish it. Like I said, it just kind of hurts me that my baby, I don't get to introduce her first because she's already out there. But I hope you guys will support when I do decide to publish it. I don't know when yet, but when I do, I hope you'll support it. But that's it. That's my tale. Buyer beware. That's all I can say about that. Um, just be careful. Be careful. And like I said, I have lost all respect for Carl Weber, and I can honestly tell you I won't support anything he does. I wish all my people well that are signed with him. I hope you sell in the millions. I hope you blow up, but I can't be one of those people that will support because I'm done. You're not gonna just treat me any kind of way and like I don't matter, because I do. Indie authors matter. But thanks for listening, guys. Have a great rest of your day, evening, week, weekend. And hey, check back and hang out with me sometimes. I don't do this often, but I do come and hang out and we talk about the books because that's what it's about. Have a great evening. Thanks, everybody.